Hi, welcome to my channel, Not Your Average Weight Loss. I'm Karen, 56-year-old mom of one, 17-year-old. He's going to be 18 the end of this month. Thank you for joining. If you've been here before, welcome back. This video is basically the truth about stress while on a GLP-1. I've been taking compounded Tirzepatide about a year now. My year anniversary was actually in April. So I've been on the medication for a year, currently in maintenance. And thank you for joining. And by the way, happy Mother's Day to all you mothers out there. I hope you're enjoying your day. So the truth about stress while on a GLP-1. One thing I honestly did not expect during my GLP-1 journey was how much stress could affect me still while on this medication. Life is unpredictable, right? There's always going to be highs and lows in life. So, and unfortunately, stress is one of them. Because even though these medications can help with appetite and food noise, giving you those guardrails, they do not remove stress from your life, unfortunately, right? So it's something we all have to deal with. And I think this is something that people really need to talk about more. So here we are. Today, so let me back up a little bit, because I've learned it can affect your body, your mindset, and even your weight loss journey more than people realize. I know it affected me. We had some family things come up, stressful things. Everything's good, nothing to worry about. But at the time, you know, it's going to affect you emotionally, right? That's what stress is. And unfortunately, it's a bad emotional distress. It doesn't disappear just because appetite is controlled. One thing I think people assume is that once your food noise, that noise that you constantly hear about food, what am I going to eat, what am I going to have for dinner, what's for breakfast, etc. Just because it gets quieter on these GLP-1 medications, everything suddenly doesn't become easy. You still have to go through life, right? You still have to go through stress and all of the things that life brings, like the unpredictability, like I mentioned. Life stress is still life stress. You still have responsibilities, work, family, emotions, exhaustion, hormonal changes, especially for those of us that are over 50 going through perimenopause or menopause. Those hormonal changes add to the whole stress, everyday pressures, right? And while in the medication may help with hunger and cravings, it doesn't make you immune to stress in everyday life. Stress can absolutely affect weight loss. I've noticed there are times when stress affects me personally. I'm not a doctor. This is my journey. My sleep, my energy, motivation, and even the scale sometimes, right? And I think that's important for people to understand. Life is life. Stress comes and goes. Situations change. Sometimes when weight loss slows down, we immediately think the medication stopped working. That's not true. This medication has been proven to work. I've lost over 50 pounds. I'm proof of it. I'm sure there's others out there that also, have done well on the medication. I haven't, and everybody's different, of course, everybody's different. I've been on the same 2.5 milligrams of compounded Tirzepatide since the beginning. I did, and you'll see this in my other video, I did veer off a little because everybody, the plan was to titrate up every single month. And I did titrate up. I didn't go to the next level of medication, which is the 5. I thought that would be too much for me. My side effects were great. I was handling everything. I was losing weight, so I went up a little bit. I titrated to 3 milligrams. And that's where I've stayed since. So, but stress plays a huge role in our bodies. And sometimes your body is simply trying to cope, right? It's your hormones are in balance. You're trying to cope with this type of stress. So emotional eating thoughts can still happen, especially when you're on, you have all this stress and all these responsibilities and things like that add up. I also want to be honest about this. Even though GLP-1 medications can reduce food noise, emotional habits don't magically disappear overnight, right? You have to deal with these things that come up. Stress can still trigger old thought patterns, comfort seeking, which is food, right? A lot of us, we understand that some of us are emotional eaters, right? So if we're happy, we eat. If we're stressed, we eat. We're seeking food as a comfort thing. Emotional eating urges, things of that nature. And I think recognizing that is really important because this journey is not just physical, it's also emotional. Stress can make consistency harder. When stress gets high, consistency becomes harder. And by consistency, I mean meal planning, hydration, drinking your water, exercise, sleep, tracking, even motivation. There have absolutely been days when I felt mentally exhausted, challenged, not motivated. Of course, we're all human. And I think it's important to acknowledge that instead of pretending everything is perfect, we need to address this, right? Because this is life. I'm in maintenance, like I mentioned before, so this is life, right? I don't need to lose any more weight. I am doing a body recomp, which is a reverse diet, and that's been going fantastic. And I can do I'll do an update on that in another video. I've learned weight loss is not just about calories. One of the biggest lessons that I've learned on my journey is that weight loss is not only about calories. Yes, nutrition matters. Yes, protein is still extremely important, but so does stress, sleep, recovery, hormones, mindset, consistency, etc. And when stress is high, your body feels it. It definitely did in my case. I think sometimes we're too hard on ourselves during stressful seasons, and I know I am, particularly. I don't give myself grace, right? And that's what we need to do, especially considering how far we've come in our journey. We definitely need to do that. I'm still learning, but a few things have really helped with stress. So a few things that I've learned that help me manage my stress have been focusing on hydration, getting your water intake. It's very, very important. Some sort of movement. I do weight training. I do it every day. I walk every day. But anything, just some sort of movement, that's going to calm that stress. It's going to calm you all together. It's good for you. It's good for us. Rest, protein, and giving yourself, like I mentioned earlier, giving yourself grace, right? We all need grace instead of expecting perfection. So if you're on a GLP-1 and stress has affected your journey as well as mine, know that you're not alone. This process is physical and emotional and mental, of course. Be patient with yourself and keep moving forward. I really do, if any questions that you have, please comment below. I really do answer every single one of them. Please like and subscribe if you did find this helpful. And enjoy your Mother's Day for the rest of the Sunday. And thank you for joining me in my journey. And I will see you guys next week. Thank you again so much. Have a good rest of your day. Enjoy.